Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for visiting my website. I can't wait to actually meet you in person. I am the owner of Rich Elevations, and you know, what we're getting ready to talk about is a really missed conversation in our homes and in our communities and in our schools. Our kids are really important, and it's important for us to make sure that we are actually conveying that to them as well. As parents, a lot of times, honestly, we walk on eggshells afraid that if we ask them how their day is or how they're feeling emotionally or mentally, you know, we may possibly push them away. But what I found as a parent as well, and just getting feedback from other parents and even kids as well, is that they want us to ask them, but sometimes it's just not the right environment. And sometimes it's just not, sometimes the right time, or it's our tone and how we do it. And so I wanted to get on here and kind of talk about that and talk about how Rich Elevations really started to evolve. A lot of times as parents, we miss a lot of things that we see in our kids. Sometimes it takes other parents or other kids or people in the community to mention things. But of course, as parents, right, we get a little bit sensitive when it comes to someone else telling us about our child. So what happens in that case is that it takes us really having to be honest about what we're seeing. When you're seeing your child with low energy, showing depression symptoms, easily influenced, just really low on social skills, really dismissive on certain things, it's important to really zone in. And sometimes zoning in is not always talking about them directly, it could be about talking about their friends. And I think it's just really important for us to really just sit down and just stop pretending with them. They were our babies and they still are our babies, but they are our babies in a world that is filled with so much influence. And a lot of times they don't know who they are. So it's important as parents to start really standing up for them. And Rich Elevations was truly started, the mission, I have to say, really got kickstarted last year when my own child has suicidal thoughts. And initially, I took the stepping on eggs, I'll say stepping on eggshell approach, where I kind of slowly asked about her, but then I got a call from the counselor, and then it just started getting real. It got to a point that I had to actually expose myself to her to let her know that, baby, when I was saying that I understood that you were going through depression symptoms and that you were going through suicidal symptoms, that mommy actually can relate to those things as well. What I didn't start the video with is telling you that I actually was a child who actually went through foster care for 7 years, that I experienced child abuse. I know what depression is. I know how it turns into suicidal thoughts. I didn't talk about any of those things because I was walking on eggshells when I first started with you on this video. So I wanted to get on here and just really give you a view of what that looks like, because when we start really being honest, then with ourselves, let's say that, then we can be honest with our kids. So it's time as parents to stand up and really start opening ourselves for feedback and being, learning how to communicate with our kids differently. I don't want this video or anything that I'm saying to be perfect. I want it to come from a parent standpoint, because parenting is hard and it does not, there's no book and it does not come with step-by-step guides. However, what we can do as a community, we can come together, and it starts at home first. So what I want to let you know is that Rich Elevation's mission is this. It is to help kids reduce depression and suicidal thoughts. Your child may not be experiencing any of these symptoms, but they're in a world of people that are. And so what it does is that they start to exhibit habits on a different scale. And the main thing is this, is that I really think it's important to get them around their peers so they can learn to not only connect to their pain, but also through resolutions. And that's why I started the Fear and Power Moves workbook that actually walks them through who they are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And then on top of that, we get them inside of workshops with their peers where they start working together to break those things down. So it's not designed to give them the answers, but to start the conversation in a healthy environment. Let's save our kids together. I'm looking forward to working with you. I actually have a workshop coming up very soon, so definitely look out for it. If you have any questions, please, please, please use the contact form. At the bottom of the actual website is a document that you can download that talks about some of the common or frequently asked questions as well. I look forward to working with you, working with your child. And you know what? Let's help them learn how to define who they are. Let's help them learn how to build character and integrity. It's important. We need them for the future. We're not going to be here forever, but they will be our next steps, our future. And they'll be helping the next generation as well. So let's come together as parents, as mentors, as teachers, as role models, and let's save our kids together. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for your time.